your story. They're not going to understand your journey. And that's okay, because you're going to understand and you're going to know everything you went through to get to where you're going. And that's what I love about my pops. Even when he was in the Calio projects, he was in a 2-bedroom with 16 people, but he always tells the story how he looked out that window and he imagined he was in the best house ever. He imagined he was in a mansion. Yeah. So the vision, if you want to get there, you got to have the vision to see it. If you want to make it really happen, you got to see it.
Also, Rome, I want them to know being uncomfortable. Success is all about being uncomfortable. I never was comfortable. I never had a bed when I was a kid. How many of y'all have a bed in your house right now? Put your hands up. I never had that till I went to college. I never had a bed till I went to college. I slept on the floor. I was happy to have a roof over my head. Being uncomfortable is going to get you to your dreams and your goals. And stop being a yes man to whoever. Stop having yes people around you. Because guess what? Leaders don't let other people tell them what to do. Leaders lead. And so I want to tell you.
And they don't follow the crowd, Pops.
Yeah.
You can't just follow the crowd, because everybody going that way. If it's not right, if it's not righteous, you don't go that way.
So let me tell y'all something about me, right? What Romeo said is so right, so important, following the crowd. If I followed the crowd, I wouldn't be here right now. Because I had people around me when I first got to school. People offered me drugs. People wanted me to drink with them. I said no. That was the best thing I ever did. Because guess what? Most of those people that did that, they dead or in prison. So think about it. Talking about friends, my thing is I want to be around people that's going to push me. I don't want to be around people that's going to run with me. Push me to the top. I don't care if you have nothing. I told you I had nothing, so stop making scripture and say, well, P, you successful, you rich now. I'm rich because I made the sacrifice.
And you're rich because of the wisdom. That's what a lot of people don't see. So I grew up with this man.
Yeah.
He believed more than the average person. Even at this level, the things that he believed that he can do, it shows. That's how you're going to get to where you want to go, to wisdom. You're rich forever if you get your education.
So let me tell y'all something. The Bible says pray for wisdom. It didn't say pray for money. Pray for wisdom. You got the wisdom, the knowledge, you can get to the money. Or like y'all say, get to the bag. You can't get to the bag broken mind. The mindset is so important. They say the hardest thing to change is a man's mindset.
Talk to him, P.
So I want to tell y'all.
Hey, Pops.
Yeah.
You just said something. I got to read my Bible study notes literally from 2 weeks ago. And it says, it's not worth it if you sacrifice your soul. God said Solomon could have anything in the world, and Solomon asked for wisdom. It was Solomon's knowledge and understanding that made him the richest king. Wealth is an idea. Most successful people had the vision first. Feed the mind and the soul. And it also said this, what you just hit on. It's important that you become wealthy in your friendships. So people forget about social wealth. You know, we all want physical wealth, like my dad said, we want the bag. But who you surround yourself with is key also. And I also want y'all to remember, you're going to be remembered for what you say. You are remembered for what you gave. So I said that wrong. You're not going to be remembered for what you say, but you will be remembered for what you gave. Example, Steve Jobs, right? Steve Jobs, one of the richest men, but what do we remember him for? Creating Apple. So just remember that. That's how we inspire the next generation. That's how we make a difference. What are you going to leave here on planet Earth? How are you going to inspire the people around you? That's what's most important.
And I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm successful because I never worked for money. You got to love something, be passionate about it. I tell my kids all the time, what do you love to do? What are you passionate about? Because if you get into anything in life just to get the money, you're never going to get there. What are you able to make the sacrifices for? How many of y'all doing good in school? Put your hand up.
You're supposed to see all the men. Come on.
So look, I want to ask y'all something since we're talking about violence, we're talking about everything that's going on in Little Rock. How many people out here know somebody dead or in prison? Put your hand up. See, we got to change that. We got to change that. It's about making decisions and choices and programming the next generation. We want to program the younger people now. We don't want to wait till you get in trouble. This event is all about prevention. And when I tell myself, I had to change my life because of this man right here, my son. And I did that because I didn't want to keep living the same way generation after generation. And I fixed myself because I wanted to see him go to college. I wanted to see him grow up. And so even as parents, we got to take responsibility. And the kids, you guys got to hold yourself accountable. Because when you walk out that door, you can do whatever you want. I'm going to give y'all an example. I had a kid that lived next door to me. He was like 14 years old. And his mom was one of the nicest people in the community where we lived at. She never let him go out. And he always was upset and angry. But when his mom went to sleep, he'd sneak and go out to the club. And he was a 14-year-old, but he was bigger, so he looked like he was older. One day the police knocked on his mom's door and said, "You need to come to the club. Your son is dead." And she said, "Oh no, it ain't my son. We go to church every Sunday. He a good kid. He never leave the house." See, he up in his room right now. They took her up to the room where he was at. He had pillows in the bed, and he actually got killed in the club. So that's what we're saying, making the right decisions in Charleston. And you can't fool yourself. And that's what I decided to do. I said, you know what? I ain't gonna fool myself. I want to do right because I want to live. How many of y'all want to live? So we got to do right. Give yourself a round of applause, the one that want to live. So I want to ask y'all a question, right? I'm going to ask somebody a question. All y'all like potato chips, right? Because I see when they were talking about the potato chips. Everybody like potato chips? Okay. I'm going to give y'all $100 if y'all tell me who invented potato chips.
Master P.
Hold up.
Look it up, look it up, look it up, look it up.
You know what? I'm at the next generation. Who?
I better not be using Google.
Hold up.
They're on them smartphones.
Come on, hold up. Hold up. Who over here think they know? I know y'all look on y'all phone. So, let me tell y'all. Who? You know what? I love y'all. You know what? Y'all got the power of the internet right now. I'm gonna tell y'all something. It's crazy because what he just said, a black man invented potato chips, but I want to tell y'all why education is so important. And tell him the name.
George Spink.
Give him a round of applause. But I'm going to tell him the story. I'm going to tell him something.
Oh, no, bro. He needs to give me 200 bands.
Give him a round of applause. So look, well, I want to educate y'all on this, right? The guy he just said invented the potato chips. I'm gonna tell y'all how he did it. He was making French fries, and the people wanted their French fries smaller because he cut them too big. But the thing about this black man that invented these potato chips, he never trademarked it. He never owned it. They make billions of dollars off of us right now, and this guy never got a piece of it. This was 100 years ago. And so we have to change that narrative. That's why education is so important. That's why we're here today. We're going to build economic empowerment, that we need to understand that so we can put money back into the community, back into the culture, and we can stop this violence that's going on. So y'all know what violence happens for a lot because people say they don't have no money. When you don't have no money, you get mad, you get angry, you get jealous, you hate the next person. We got to change that. I said everybody got 24 hours. We all one idea from being billionaires. And we can't take this with us because it's temporary success, like Romeo said. And so my thing is, but we got to think outside the box so we can help the community and the culture. So when they brought those soldier snacks up, the more we make, the more we give. And that's why I say I'm the next generation in the snack business. Because we invested back into the community. And so that's what I want. And it's, today is all about having integrity. Anybody know what integrity is? Doing the right thing when nobody's looking. Doing the right thing, and that's what we have to do if we're going to survive. Do the right thing when nobody's watching. All right? So today is about love. The only way we're going to stop the violence and stop the killing, we got to replace it with something. We got to replace the hate with love. And if I didn't educate myself, I wouldn't be here, because y'all know my music. I get riding. Huh? But guess what, though?
Make them say,
Make them say,